Good morning, welcome to a morning review on Wednesday the 13th of January. This is Kim Watson speaking for Easy Trader. So looking at the euro dollar first, and we've just taken a bit of a bounce on the dailies. We've just come back towards the daily 50 there. I think to bear in mind here, there is possibility of a continuation of this bounce a little bit, but we are just noticing the technicals, and the 50 EMA still sort of pointing broadly downward. So to me, it's suggesting the overall feel is still weak, but there is a possibility with some slight bettering news. I was just looking at the US equity market is slightly up and starting to make a bit of a swing, and we may see the euro pick up a little bit here as with the pound. The good news overnight through the Asian session with the Chinese trade data improving, and the Chinese stopping devaluation of the yuan. So equities there have recovered, and it may bring a little bit of cheer through this morning's markets. Maybe, we'll see. But for now, what we're looking at then, as I say, we've got a bit of a bounce going on here on the euro. There was a bit of divergence of salts, not of one I would really count too much on that 4-hourly, but we'll see if it can continue its move here. We have got the daily pivot still above us, which could be a target this morning. It's such a mess though, and it's got to break through its 21s and 234 and everything else to get there. So it's a hard old route to sort of move 20 pips really. But if it does get through that sort of region and start making a break, well, perhaps we could get into yesterday's highs and back into the R1 territory. Yes, we've already hit the S1, but with the sort of pinch that's going on here, it's tighter in terms of the range. The pivots are relatively tight. Maybe it can do both today. So that's if it can get to the upside. If, however, it breaks the lower side here, probably maybe one of those rarer days when we see the S2 hit for the euro. So it's a possibility. So that's the picture on the dailies there. Okay, looking at the pound dollar. Pound continued to sell off yesterday. Big sell-off day. Ran through the monthly S2 and then finally closed above the S2 there. It now has run back into the 4-hourly band here, 8 moving average. Probably more significant to most people out there. It's having a bit of a retracement at this juncture. Still got things to do really on the pound, and we didn't really clear the weekly pivot. It's a bit of a shame it hasn't got back up there. Toodled back down here. It's just I've got a trend line on here. Can't really draw this trend line as such until the candle's finished, so it's a bit irrelevant. But maybe if this simple 21 moving average doesn't hold the price there, it will see it selling off below the sort of that little Asian session lows there that I just draw on there maybe, and may see a continuation. If, however, we get a bit of a bounce here, I'll be drawing the trend line on there and looking for any breaks of it. If it does start moving back, I mean, it's already hit the daily pivot here. If it does start moving up, well, it could be back on for the 60-minute moving average. Maybe a bit more of a shove. Had one hell of a sell-off yesterday, all in all. Okay. Looking then at dollar yen. Dollar yen's given back some of its, or making a bit of a recovery, should I say, with the more happier news in China. It's weakened the yen fractionally there, so yen could push up more. It's 4-hour 50 not far away, and may just want to retrace back towards that now. Not seeing too much. I mean, it's broken. There was a series of highs here, which it's now broken. It's sort of testing that sort of region. It's whether now it get any traction and push upwards, maybe let's say towards the 50 or the hourly 200 there. Oh, sorry, hourly 200, 60, the 4 hourly 50, hourly 200. Any breakdown of these levels? Well, we've got an untouched daily pivot below us, so this could be a reasonable target, but at the moment looking more erring towards the more bullish side with the dollar yen. Aussie dollar then, another recovery. We're seeing a bit of a recovery with the Chinese data, has run bang smack into the daily 8 there. Now, it has got possibilities. We mentioned it in update, the fact that it's a bit oversold here. Has still got the possibilities of getting up towards that 21 moving average. It may not do it in the easiest of routes though, and it may take a bit of time. Maybe the fact that the 21 comes down to visit it by the time it gets there at this rate. But it has made some positive steps here with a slightly higher low there and just pips the highs. Hasn't closed above that prior high there, but certainly made the sort of right move, and it's got the weekly pivot above it. So again, there are targets above it, but it's probably just reacting to this first touch of the 8 moving average there on the dailies. Looking from an hourly perspective here, well, we've clipped the daily pivot, hit the R1. It makes it quite difficult to be looking for what may happen in a sense, but it's air kissed the 60-minute 21 there, so that may just give it a significant bounce to shift a little bit further. Okay, Aussie dollar. The Canadian dollar. Okay, so Canadian dollar, well, yesterday, no surprises, we saw Canadian dollar continue its route up here, further weakening as the Canadian dollar effectively against US dollar. Oil prices yesterday hit, were just broke $30 fractionally, and well, this is what happens. Minor sort of recovery. I'll just show you oil. Minor recovery at the moment, seeing a mild bounce, which may help it. It's come down to its monthly S2s yesterday. So a bit of a mild recovery, which may just help the Canadian dollar there. But it's sitting around that $30 barrel sort of price, and that may be quite key. If that was to break again and we see lower than $30, well, I think the Canadian dollar would just skyrocket again, making new annual highs. Okay, multi-annual highs, I should say. We're back in the 2000s to get the early 2000s to find resistance points for the Canadian dollar at the moment. Okay, anyway, so potential for the upside there, continued slippage. It has got a trend line running across these lows here, maybe a break of that. We could see it strengthen towards the daily S1. Any weakness, we'll just see it running back towards yesterday's highs and possibly the R1 there. But early part of the morning at the moment for the Canadian dollar. Okay, so news-wise, we've already had the Chinese news trade balance come out, which was positive, partly reflecting the weakening of the yuan. It's made prices cheaper, obviously, made the products a lot cheaper, and possibly helped by the Christmas stocking, etc. I don't mean stockings as in what you fill up, I mean stocks that are being built up. Goodness. Anyway, we've had President Obama speak in the US already. Following that, really there's nothing significant today. Crude oil inventories, that may just give another kick in the teeth to oil, possibly. Expected to be positive this time in the US. So okay, there's nothing there really to me that a bit of European industrial production at 10 o'clock, but very low pip expectation theory on that, so I'm not expecting much of a movement. Right, okay, that's it for me. Hope you have a great day. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye for now.